Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel right now, I'm AspieAnswersAll, or as many people have been calling me, on Aspie, and I'm all about creating mental health and awareness video series versus just taking you all on a journey with my condition of suspicious syndrome, OCD, and the like. In the last few stages of my journey right now, I've been sharing you briefly basically just a little bits and pieces of excerpts of the Dear Letter series that I wanted to try and do a follow-up on certain everyday topics that we may go through, that hopefully that will come to light for you all, as well as a form of encouragement, support, and whatever else you have come through to my channel. For the ones that has been on my channel and actually has been supporting me to day one, again, I'll keep on thanking you guys for it, because as we know that everybody's journey is different, and that's, life can be so difficult for some of us just to understand one another, but I'm here hopefully to share with you all what my life is like, as well as just basically hopefully maybe taking you all on a journey with me, basically on my everyday follow vlogs when I decide to do this. So, and all further ado though, basically before I run out of time, this part of the piece that I'm sharing with you all is probably going to be titled When You Are the Ones That Loves More. Basically it's like a little follow-up to as part of the journal excerpt vlog of To the Ones Who Love So Much. Basically this can be a key reminder, as well as basically for me and maybe for many of us, that we can just understand one another one way or another, in a way of just to maybe know when to take a step back if the going gets tough, so to speak, when it comes to our certain loved ones that we love so much, and that be it our partner, second half, or our family member that has tied us up so many times about certain things that they just either worry about us or just try to tear us down. But there will be more of the piece on what I'm going to share there later on. But before I run out of time, I'll think of a better title if I have to for this, but we'll leave it as that for now, but keep on a lookout on my channel for any more updates I've been doing. So, when I've been journeying right now, regardless, more often or not, on most occasions, I have been hearing basically certain pieces of advice from others that has been giving me, when am I going to get married, when am I going to feel pregnant, when am I going to have kids, when am I going to travel, when am I going to get my first home. As I said so many times before, my journey is different. I know sometimes it's a slow and steady one, regardless of my age factor right now, as well as everything else that has been put in the boat or basket for me at the moment. I'm trying not to lay everything down right now in one basket. I'm trying to take it one day at a time, despite what I've shared with you all so far, what has been going down, regardless. But then I have been told, who do I want to settle down with, be it whoever it may be, because I know it's a real difficult one for me to decide, even though I feel at the moment things are going alright in the way of my friendship versus relationship status quo, or whatever I'm at with this particular someone, which I don't hopefully wish to include his name, but he should know if he's been following me and actually watching me while I've been supporting him on his channel, as you guys may know him. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I know that you guys have your best intentions at heart in a way of sharing this to me, who to marry or not to marry versus, when to get engaged, not to get engaged, and the like. But, everyone's life journey is different. There has been many types of, women of all ages that has been married, divorced and all that in my age group. And I'm just taking it slowly right now and surely. But I know it's not in many words of what you're going on about it, but another one is, if I was to marry someone who loves me more than I love them, will I always be happy? I've been learning to try, and after what I said briefly about my abusive relationship, to love myself again. It has been a long, hard journey, trying to self-teach myself, self-learn, and everything else in the mix. Even though, yes, I know it can be to a point really hard for most of us, but then again, I know for a fact where I'm at in my life, and nobody else can actually come in there and shake me around and actually say, this is not the way to go, Kieran, or whatever the case may be. Yes, you guys are entitled to your opinion, but I've been supporting you in one way or another, shall we say. Be it on YouTube channel, community pages, or just, out there when I try to push myself out of my comfort zone to actually mingle with you guys and actually, get to know you as the people, and try not to just be the judgmental type as many people might see me as, or whatever the case may be of that label mentality. With this kind of sage, however, sometimes it does suck, but it is true sort of thing with that kind of assurance from you. Sometimes with some people that gives us that form of advice, they may think they know better than us. They think they're, higher above us. They've done the works and stuff. But then again, some of the people that have been giving me this form of advice, or just, out of concern or whatever it may be, basically, to what they seem to want to say to me, basically, not many of them has experienced life properly, be it whatever it may be, even though I know for a fact that some people have to grow up faster than others to what they've been through in their own personal life, so to speak. Even if my idealistic visions of what long-term commitment really means to me is different from you guys, basically, won't be accepted right now from yous, one day, I will come to understand it properly, even though I know for now, regardless where I'm at in this day and age of my relationship status quo, as I said, basically, I'm just taking it one day at a time. Fingers crossed, what will happen, will happen. But we can't rush everything, so to speak. I too will partner up with someone who needs me emotionally, physically, spiritually, in a way that I don't and never will quite maybe need them, even though, as I said before in one of my videos, I'm not sure if I have or not, I'm quite the independent one. I have been ever since I've been 15, 16, basically, in my age of life, basically trying to stand on my own 2 feet regardless of being diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, being the stubborn type as well as, I'll admit, being stubborn, basically, and did some wrongdoings in my time which I'm not grateful for, but I'm learning from them, and that hopefully with the right support and tact that people will just not pick at my faults, flaws and imperfections. But anyway, as I've noticed though, to be real and honest with you all, what makes me really sad about some of the stuff that you share with me, even though, seeing and witnessing what you guys go through, basically, is not so much implicating on that settling term for someone with whom you always have the upper hand in the emotional power structure, as well as the mental power structure, but rather a sense of empathy for what it means to be the person who is loved in return slightly, or just even profoundly less, like I have been, giving of as much as I can, lovingly, of my all to everybody, regardless, as well as this particular someone. To live the constant quiet humiliation that comes with being dependent, as I said, on someone in a way that's not recuperating with me by giving back to me, eroding that self-esteem like little else can. I know this, of course, because I've been one of the ones who has loved more, as well as many people maybe in my circle that has as well. Okay, you may agree with me or not on this, but when you love more, when you feel that you can feel that your partner doesn't seem to return much of the favour of, loving you or what is essential to you to meet the needs that you have, you start to lose yourself or less, as well as loving yourself less. You start to question yourself, what am I doing wrong? Where have I gone from here? Why is this happening, and the like, basically. You may see yourself maybe as with you only to a degree of that the person whom you love so much has deemed you worthy, and if they are not loving you with as much passion or conviction as you love them, however, there must be something wrong with you, and then those self-doubts comes flooding back in, you feel like you're hopeless, you're worthless, and all that kind of jazz. They don't seem to give you compliments when it's compliments are due, vice versa, that maybe they're waiting on a compliment somewhere. As we know, males need the compliments as well. There is almost no fault in them which you are not ready to excuse yourself and ready to brush yourself over with this incredibly forgiving, rendering sense of your admiration, however, to that person. Yet your flaws that you have all become tangible, justifiable enough reasons for them to not be happy with you. In many ways, the more indifferent they become towards your over-tortures, the more resolved you become to convincing them otherwise. Suddenly, approval and affection from your partner becomes the only kind of necessary currency that matters to you. The only thing capable of convincing you that you're good and worth loving to them, and that no matter what, that it will stick. Because so much of you has been invested in convincing them that you deserve them. If they don't recognize it, it can feel like no one will actually, deserve you. But as in reality, that's not 100% true. There will be someone out there for us that will actually love us for who and what we are, as well as hopefully loving us from the inside out, not from the outside in, because looks can be deceiving, as I said in one of the videos about, how certain things can come about. However, when you're going out together with your partner or other half, or whatever title, you give yourselves, you can feel it though. There will always be this certain limitations to how beautiful or confident you can feel while you're in public's eye with them, because there is an inescapable overtone of being a loyal watchdog who doesn't even need a leash to follow at the heel of its beloved yet distant master. While being with them can give you a heady rush of pride and profound gratefulness at being allowed this time together and to bask in the glow of being their chosen one, even for that moment of time in that glory, it always comes out with a distinct wave of shame, guilt, and the rest of those negative emotions over simply being not up to the task and actually doing the right thing in this form of relationship you may have with that person. Everyone that walks by is obviously competition to you, and that you feel that, even if they pass you by and you see, a female, for example, in that relationship will look upon that other female that just walked past thinking, okay, what has she got that I haven't got, and you have to compete for that. She may look better than you because you feel ashamed about your weight, maybe because you're, too big for your partner, even if your partner jokes about your weight so many times before. But then again, you feel despite that when everyone is walking past you or walking by as competition to you, that it's likely so much more deserving than you in their eyes, or even in your own eyes, depending. The treatment that you will accept from them knows almost no boundaries, however. Nothing to you is wholly inexcusable or something you don't, in some way, you deserve. Even if being loved by them comes with 1,000 asterisks versus everything else in the vocabulary, as well as maybe another way of looking at it is accompanied by put-downs or bouts of complete apathy, it is better than not being loved at all, right? Slowly you begin to adjust yourself to what you imagine they are looking for, uninterested in pleasing yourself so much as getting that residual pleasure from them, making them happy, if only for a minute or a second or what have you. But the time that happens, they may leave you, and they almost may always will. You will look around and realize just how much of yourself you had given yourself away to yourself, your interests, your style, your loud laugh, your crazy friends. They were all collateral damage in the face of wanting to make them love you as you love them deeply. So in retrospect, to end this, to make you think maybe on what I'm sharing with you, or perhaps it does make for a better marriage to be with someone who loves me more than I do with them, regardless. But then again, as I said to myself, basically when I challenge myself, no, it's an equal fit, that they should love me for who and what I am, versus, like I've said so many times before to this person I'm with, that, love the whole package, no matter what they look like, sound like, and whatever. Maybe it would make my life easier and more secure and more malleable to my whims and desires regardless of this, but it would also mean that for an entire lifetime someone would be living out a pantomime of what they think I want them to be. Having that expectation again of who and what they should be looking like, regardless what it may be. I want to just be enamored with someone as they are with me, even if we need each other for different things, because no one should ever be doing another person a favour, regardless of spending their whole life with them, worrying constantly that they never loved us in the first place, when they are trying to show their own unique way of basically showing that they do love and care for us, no matter what it may be, even if, we know males show it in a funny way, regardless of it all. Well, basically, this ends when you love somebody too much, regardless of this title, hopefully it will catch your eye. Give me the like for thumbs up for support, showing that you're engaging as well. Feel free to share these videos around to family and friends, basically, because I feel that some of these everyday topics I share, basically, on these Beauty from Ashes channel especially, that it should be of help to anyone around us, regardless, as well as also just, my everyday life experience and journey, that hopefully we can connect one way or another. Feel free to also maybe, subscribe to my channel, even though sometimes I might be away out of action, but I will still reply to your guys, private messages, either through direct messaging through YouTube versus my Facebook on AspieAnswersAll. Basically, be sure to actually, if you really want someone to talk to, stick to that one instead of my actual one. Also, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, so that you guys can see hopefully as many more videos that is up there at this point of time, which I'm hoping to do so, so that it's really accessible for the ones that doesn't have maybe a YouTube account and they feel that they should, be able to access it elsewhere. So, no further ado, guys, as I know that, I'm hoping that, as I said, that as I progress on with my journey on this channel, that it will be a user-friendly channel that no one can judge and criticize, and just feel free as maybe using me as my own voice or their voice as well to be heard of how they may feel, regardless what it may be. So no further ado, guys, thanks for your support so far, thanks for watching. Until next time, love what you do what you love one another. I'll see you all again soon.